Моtivational спутник.
Yes, you guys do have the power. My name is Dr. John Oda with the Dr. John Oda Method. We are going to talk about my favorite day is Monday. So this is called Motivational Monday. So every Monday, I'm going to give you guys some nuggets to start your day off at the right way, right? So today, guys, we're going to focus on what I call is hidden dreams, right? So let me explain to you the style that I have so you guys can all be on the same page. I mix personal development, business, I even focus on the Bible, right? And if you're not in the Bible, I'm so sorry for that, but that's just how my brain works. My number one goal is to give you the energy to start your business, to start your career, to start whatever that's taking place so you can go further faster. That's my number one goal, right? And when you do this, everything changes. So I'm pretty excited, as you can probably tell, right? And of course, I always start off with, my couple gifts. My very first gift is, to have fun. And when I say have fun, what does that mean? Well, have fun does not mean to gripe and to argue to X, Y, and Z. Have fun to me, man, to be honest with you, to enjoy life. So a couple weeks ago, I got sick, right? And I had temp 104, sore throat. Took the COVID test. They said negative, about 2-3 times, right? But I had every symptoms. But here's the whole thing about it, right? I was sick for 2 weeks. Man, when I got better, oh my God, just walking and just talking, I was having fun. Why? Because sometimes we take this stuff for granted, right? And my biggest thing about it is I don't want to take anything for granted. Right. So the question I have is when I have fun, man, I crack jokes, I laugh. I got a potty mouth at times, but I try to be nice about that, right? But the concept is, guys, right, is to have fun. My next tip I'm going to give you is today is really huge. Is to have an open mind. I know you guys are going to hear something of what I say, but here it goes. Tony said this 25 years ago when I first watched him, maybe even longer, right? Tony said that on his profound knowledge, Tony Robbins, he said, we live in a box, we work in a box, we drive in a box, we talk in a box, we even watch a box. My goal is today is to get you inside your box and to focus on those hidden dreams, right? But the only way we can do that, guys, is if you have an open mind. And I'm only going to give you 3 gifts today. My last gift is to do it now. When you hear something, take action and do it. Don't wait. Don't stop, but just do it. Never, ever, ever leave the sight of a goal or something, or you made a decision without doing something. Can I get a yes for all 3 of them? I heard you guys. Beautiful. So I am excited, guys, right? What I'm going to focus on right now is hidden dreams. So the first thing that I have is, I'm going to go in reverse order. The first thing that I have is, how did you live your dash? You said, okay, John, what the heck is that? How did you live your dash? So my dash is 1964 when I was born to whatever. How did I live my dash? The question I have is for you, how did you live your dash? Are you living your life to the fullest? Have you ever had like a dream that you wanted to do something and you wanted to be something that was great? And the dream came from God, your higher power, is whatever, right? And it's almost like being like a caterpillar, right? You see yourself as being a caterpillar, right? But you know that one day you're going to go through that metamorphosis and become that butterfly. But you don't know how. Have you guys ever had a dream or a goal that you were trying to work for and it didn't come up? It didn't happen. And when you had that dream, did it make you mad? Did it make you upset? Like, oh my God, this stuff is not going to work. It's not going to take place. Why am I having this dream? Or why is this in my heart? Why is this in my soul? And I can't do it. Here it goes. If you guys are in business, us entrepreneurs are crazy, right? We get a goal, we get a dream, we get a desire, guys. It's in our heart. We work our butt off, and sometimes we don't see nothing. And we plant the seed, we water it, we fertilize it, we put sunshine on it, we even talk to it. And guess what happened? It doesn't happen. But what if, and here's my theory, what if that you planted it and you didn't know, but you planted a bamboo? Here it goes, guys. When you plant a bamboo, as you guys know, you can plant that dang thing for 5 freaking years. And nothing will take place. You put on the water, you put on the fertilizer, you do it, you talk to, you do everything else, right? And you go like, oh my God, this dream's not going to take place. Most people, you know what they do? They quit. But if you're like the true entrepreneurs, they won't quit. What happens? 5 years come. In 90 days, your plant jumps up 5 or 6 stories. Woo! You go, where have this been for all the lean years when I didn't have enough money? When I was struggling? When I was tight? Where was this? So here's the question that I have is, what is your hidden dreams? Do you have any hidden dreams? And if so, write them down. What are your goals that you want to accomplish? So here it goes. When you are in business or in a relationship, to get better, we model successful people to create results. Now here it goes. Who have you been modeling for success? Who have you been modeling for your relationship? If you look at the in the Bible, right? King Solomon, right? He had wives and he also had concubines, right? Lucky guy. But anyway, but lucky or not lucky. But think about this, right? Every wife and concubine, he gave 7 compliments per day. Now think about this. In your relationship, are you giving your significant other 7 compliments a day? And if so, great job. If not, why not? And how can you improve? So as you guys know, I'm a master level in neuro-linguistic programming. We got about maybe 100 to 200 worldwide, which is a really cool group to be a part of, which is great, right? And what we do is we model people that is successful. So neuro is the language, right? So neuro is the nervous system, excuse me. Linguistic is the language. The programming is the psychology and how we apply it, right? So what we do is we look at the people who are outstanding, right? And we model their behaviors. So the first one that I looked at who was outstanding in a relationship is King Solomon. Can you imagine complimenting your woman or else your man 7 times a day? You know, most of the times in this culture that we have, there's no compliment. You guys we dog each other out. We take people for freaking granted. But then when they're gone, we're like, oh my God, we messed up. And it takes a long time to find somebody else. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to model the greats in the Bible. And the reason why I don't, think about this. They all had dreams. They had goals, right? But what did they do differently than us? And I always try to figure out what is the differences. So what I do is I look at patterns. We all have patterns. So example, if I say behind curtain number A, it is a depressed person, right? And I would say, how would that person look? Guys, write it down. Well, you probably say, John, the person is heads down, shoulders slumped, and they're thinking about the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Exactly. That's a depressed person, right? So what I would say, okay, how does a successful person look? And B is behind number B. What is a successful person? What would you say? And for that one, you would probably have to think about who is in your life successful. My goal is YOU. You are successful, but we're not modeling the right people. So here it goes. All the greats in the Bible, right? They believed in a higher power or slash God, and then they call it God. They trusted him with everything. They had faith. So I give you a couple of the Bible greats, right? David, right? Remember David and Goliath? Of course, we heard that story all the time, right? And of course, David had two victories. He killed a bear and then he killed a lion. And then when he saw Goliath, he never called him a giant. He never called him that. He focused on what? His higher power. Right? But here's what took place. David had two victories. And how he got the victory is he used a rock, 5 little rocks, and he knocked down the bear and knocked down the lion. So of course King Saul said, "Hey man, why don't you put on armor? I don't need that. Why don't you do this? I don't need this." Because David had a dream. They told David that he was going to be king one day. Remember that. He had a dream. He had a goal. He had an outcome. What took place with this was really cool, right? He had 5 rocks. Oh, and Goliath was talking his mess like a lot of people do. And guess what happened? He hit him with the rock, cut his head off, and he won. And then that was it of the story. But of course it wasn't. Then he had other challenges, right? Think about this, guys. All the greats in the Bible, all of them, what did they do first? Here it goes. They changed their mindset. They didn't have fear, worry, stress, or doubt. What did they have? They focused on their outcome. First, what they did is they talked to God or the higher power. God told them and they did it. They didn't have fear, stress, worry, anger. Because if so, guess what? You're not going to accomplish your goals or else your hidden dreams. Now, let's go backwards for you guys. What have you accomplished? Just say if it's to buy a house or to buy a car, right? What did you do? First thing you do, guys, you change your mindset, right? You worked your butt off. You talked about it all the freaking time, right? You showed your people your house and your car and this, and you imagine yourself driving it the whole 9 yards, right? And then eventually, could take a couple months, could take a year or two, but you got it. Am I on the same page? Here's the question I have is, why don't we do the same thing for our goals and dreams? Here's what we do for our goals and dreams, right? We get a big dream and a big goal. And I've done this, so I'm preaching to the choir. Believe me, I am, right? So I'm preaching to the choir, right? I get this big goal and big dream. And what do? I tell my family and I tell my friends. And guess what they do? They give me that look. As I say, John, you come from humble beginnings. Are you sure that you want to do this? And this put doubt in your conscience. But you realize it's like, wait a minute. If I don't tell anybody my goals and dreams, except for my mastermind group and my God, right? But if I don't tell anybody, don't you think I'm going to be more successful? If I don't tell anybody? Because here it goes. When you tell somebody, right, you're picking up their energy. If they want you to succeed, it's different. But here's what I found out in my life. Everybody wants you to succeed, but not more than them. Does that make sense? So in Think and Grow Rich, it mentioned, tell somebody what you want to do, but show them first. Don't tell anybody. We are modeling somebody who's outstanding, right? Don't tell anybody. Because when you tell anybody what you're doing and everything else, guess what happened? If they're not for you, they're going to weaken that belief. So imagine, right? Imagine a table leg, right? And just say your butt is my, I just go with mine. I believe I'm sexy, right? And each leg